Hello, WW Doga. Welcome. We are Foreskin Revolution from Australia and New Zealand. And we're giving you all a foreskin fist bump, a big welcome. We are very, very excited to be here. I'll introduce my colleagues. We have Kevin Barrett from Perth, the most isolated city on the planet, such as the far reach of WW Doga. He's our strategist. And also joining us is our awesome media guru, Damien Williams from Sydney.
Hi, everyone.
Damien. And we're going to be presenting on our social media impact. And our three key points of difference are that we focus on the foreskin positive, the media, such as social media, and generational change through the younger demographic. So without any further ado, Damien, take it away, the first video.
Thanks, Michael. Before we play the videos, I might just say that we're of course on lots of different social media channels. We're on Facebook, we're on YouTube, we're on Instagram, we're on Twitter. We're on all of the Giphy channels as well. But of course, as Michael was saying, with those sort of those points about who we're trying to target and what we're trying to the message we're trying to get across and the sort of cultural change, we found there's no better platform for that today than TikTok, which I'm sure most people have heard of. But it's not just for silly dances or fun dances. You can use it to get a message across as well, which is what we're going to show you. So let me share my screen. This is our TikTok page. We've got over 50 videos here on all sorts of topics, and sort of you can always come through to the page. Just search for Foreskin Revolution on TikTok. You should be able to find us. So you can see we use celebrities, we use all sorts of modern cultural references to sort of reach that demographic young audience that we're going that we're targeting, and this is a great platform to do that. Let me just bring up a few videos that we wanted to show. Okay, let's fire off with the first one.
Yeah, celebrate foreskin. Yeah, foreskin's the win. Yeah, foreskin's awesome. Yeah, foreskin. Oh, I just lost my recording piece. Yeah, celebrate foreskin. Yeah, foreskin's the win. Yeah, foreskin's awesome. Yeah, foreskin.
Yeah, so that is our esteemed leader. We actually filmed this. This was actually an outtake of a much longer video and a series of videos we did out at a place called the Rock, a giant penis-shaped rock out in the Australian outback. And yeah, this was an outtake of one of those videos, and it was just sort of perfect for the TikTok environment. Short, forgive me, Michael, if I can call you crazy man at the Rock, yelling about foreskin is what gets people into it, watching it. And obviously we're not talking about circumcision here. It's just, a pro foreskin video. But the idea is that, young people will see this, and even if they don't sort of get the message about, not circumcising, it's just sort of planting seeds, and when they get to childbearing age, they just might sort of remember something and hopefully look into it. What are your thoughts on this one, Michael?
Damien, what I was so surprised by is that this went viral. I at the time was very surprised because we'd had many TikTok videos, and for some reason this one took off.
Yeah, that's right.
And I think that's where we discovered it's because TikTok prefers a person, a human, in camera.
Yep, that's definitely one of the elements as well. I think this little sticker here sort of got people interested as well. There's a lot of like, what the hell is that sticker? It was the first appearance, in fact, of Mr. Foreskin.
Tell us about Mr. Foreskin.
Yeah. Oh, look, I sort of came late to the to this sort of image. There's a little bit of history behind it. Sort of various artists have sort of been contributing to it and evolving it. I guess we evolved it a little bit further and gave it some animation and gave it a bit more life and gave it the name of Mr. Foreskin as well. So the evolution continues.
Kevin.
Yeah, I'll just add a bit of a shout out to a young activist based in California named Sean, who produced quite a few examples of what we now call Mr. Foreskin. So big shout out to my homie Sean. Thanks so much for that. And yeah, this is such a difficult subject to raise. So by presenting it in such a fun format, it just makes it so much easier to actually be able to prompt the conversation. So yeah, it's a celebration of the foreskin and trying to take a very positive approach.
Fantastic. Well, thanks, Kevin, and shout out to Sean. So Damien, we can go to the next video now.
Yeah, let's roll the next one.
Involving the Joker. So a nice pop culture reference. At the time, the Joker was the #1 movie at the box office. And I think
it was a nice association from the latest sort of Joker movie and the earlier Batman series from 10 years ago with Heath Ledger, blowing up the hospital as he left. Yeah, look, I was surprised. This one I got about 6,000 or 7,000 views so far. I was a bit surprised. I thought this one might go a bit more viral than that. But as you were saying earlier, Michael, I think one of the elements that is missing here is the human element. And, as you said, we've discovered that on TikTok, people that are watching it are human. They like to see humans and see that human emotion more than perhaps cartoons.
Awesome. I love this video. I think it's hilarious. And I hope we have another go at it at some stage.
Yeah. I love that one too.
Yeah, Kev, you like that one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, might be worth pushing it out again at a later state. See what happens.
Okay, so now we'll go to video 3. Mario Lopez, the circumcision discussion.
Circumcise my son if we have a son. I just feel like kids go through life and they get teased enough as it is. I also believe it's better hygiene. And then for later in life, when he becomes sexually active, I feel for the girl. It's less that she has to do.
I believe the foreskin was put there for a reason. It is not an optional part. It has a purpose in its life, and God doesn't make mistakes.
The reason I want to...
Yeah, we love Mario for that. Mr. Foreskin loves Mario as well for that. This is our most successful video in terms of the number of views. It's at 470,000 views, almost at 500,000 views. And I just want to highlight that, just how amazing it is that we can now reach such a broad audience for free. I mean, this video took me maybe 3 or 4 hours to put together and edit and tweak. Obviously, we didn't film it. You can take these references from other videos and other TV shows. For a few hours work to reach half 500,000 people, for free. Like Brendan Marotta talks about this as well, that there's never been a time in history that you can reach such an audience for virtually no, or in this case, no money at all. It's just amazing.
And the other interesting difference with this video is it has a position of every perspective. So there's the pro-circumcision mother, there's the pro-foreskin father, and even something for people sitting on the fence, right?
Exactly. Yeah. And I think that's a big part in why this works. It's something for everyone, and I think that really represents where a lot of the Western societies, the cutting societies, are at the moment. Is that they're ready to have the discussion, they're ready to have the debate. There's a lot of people that like to see both sides, and this video sort of represents that perfectly.
And I think also just having a celebrity can make a big difference, because one, it's a real human, and then two, it's a very well-known human. So no surprise this went so well for us.
Absolutely. Yeah. All right, shall we roll the next one?
Yep. Play it, Mr. Music.
I'm not circumcised.
I'm not circumcised.
Neither am I. High five.
That makes sense. A fair five.
I got one.
I'm not circumcised.
I'm not circumcised.
Neither am I. High five.
That makes sense. A fair five.
I got one.
I'm not circumcised.
I'm not circumcised.
Neither am I. High five.
That makes sense. A fair five.
I got one.
Yeah, so I let that one play a few times, because the idea of this is that the more you hear it, the more you actually hear the words that I'll get up to that bit that we've put on the screen, rather than the original lyrics. And a few people did comment that's what they're hearing, is these words rather than the original, which was quite nice. So this one did okay, I think. 57,000 views. Again, just amazing that we can reach an audience, and hopefully it's an audience that grew up with this band and perhaps idolized them as a child, and now are sort of heading towards child rearing age, and again, it's just sort of planting seeds, making them think, well, perhaps I should look into this foreskin thing.
It's very interesting, because it's such a normalization of foreskin. The fact that you have 3 famous pop star celebrities all celebrating their foreskin, that's quite new to see that on television.
That's right. Yeah, and these guys are obviously a UK band, so in the UK, that's probably normal for people there. But when this reaches an American audience, also lots of One Direction fans there as well. It's like I said before, it's just planting seeds about this whole foreskin thing. It's perhaps something they should look into.
Yeah, just from me on that one, I think it's also very interesting that this particular band is a boy band that's basically marketed to girls, basically, and younger women. Which is also very profound, because it, I guess, it demonstrates the normality of foreskin to those potential or future mothers. So very powerful to see that from this particular group, if you like.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It's I can't remember the question that led to this into the interview, but it's great to sort of get that on camera, and it's great that we can use that in this format and push it out to a new audience.
Absolutely.
All right, Mr. Music, video 5.
All right, I think this one takes a little bit of a dark direction. It's a little bit different to the sort of more celebratory, upbeat ones that we've done before, but let's have a look. I think probably once through on that one is enough.
Yeah.
I don't know. I remember I spent a couple of weeks alone over a hot summer nights, building Lego and putting this together. I think I got into some sort of dark place, but again, we're still trying to tap into modern cultural references, Lego, of course, lots of people grew up playing with Lego and loving Lego. So, I think I was thinking perhaps this is a way to get a message through to, lovers of Lego and get the message through that way. But yeah, I mean, this is really one of the only videos, at least the content that sort of we've filmed and created, where we're saying, stop circumcising, don't circumcise. We tend to focus more on the positive foreskin message. So yeah, this one was a little different.
Mm-hmm. And quite a disappointment seeing you spent 2 weeks in the garage working on this. And it flopped.
Yeah, well, yeah, 6,000 views. I mean, 6,000 views on TikTok. And just talking to the power of TikTok, that's more than almost all of our other videos on other platforms combined. So it shows that, just how good TikTok is. But yeah, compared to our other ones, yeah, it didn't do so well. But I think it is a little bit.
Right.
Again, yeah, exactly. There's no human element. It's a bit dark. It's telling people what to do, to not cut children. And, our focus, when we're usually sending our messages out, we're not trying to tell parents to, stop cutting kids. We're getting that's ultimately what we want them to do, but we're getting that message through in a more positive way.
Yeah. Just for me on this one, one thing I particularly like is it is a very grim message or statement to have to make, but through the use of Lego and the stop-start animation, it's a safe vehicle, if you like, to present a fairly grim sort of message on a platform like TikTok or any platform. It's Lego. Interesting animation. It's a safe method and vehicle for all ages.
Yeah, you're right. It does soften it a bit using the Lego. It would have been, I think, just too brutal and dark without that element to it.
Yeah.
All right, should we finish on a positive note? I think the next one's a bit more upbeat. Let's see.
Take me home, I wanna ride and roll alone, ride it, just lose control, ride it, my soul, ride it, make me feel you, ride it, turn the lights down low. Take me home, I wanna ride and roll alone, ride it, just lose control, ride it, my soul, ride it, make me feel you, ride it, turn the lights down low. Take me.
Well, that was very positive.
It's a bit more of an upbeat one. Literally, I love the song. It's got a great tempo to it. It's a nice upbeat one to finish on. And yeah, this is one for the Intact guys, really, to sort of tag each other. We're inviting them to tag a mate who's loving their foreskin or whatever, or words to that effect. Which you don't see in this movement. We don't see a lot of sort of that celebratory message sent to the Intact guys. So I quite like that we were able to target that group.
And I think especially in Australia and New Zealand, where circumcision has rapidly declined, and most people under the age of 40 are now intact, this is a great message to celebrate the body positive.
Yep.
And I love this. It's just so much fun and celebratory. And any comments from yourself, Damien or Kevin?
Yeah, for me, it's one of my favourites as well. I think it got it's at 7,500 views, which is kind of that's about average or a little under average for us. I think perhaps the world, at least the Western world, US in particular, is not quite ready for this message just yet, which is probably why it didn't take off. But I think it's a message that we're going to get there eventually. That the world's going to catch up, and I think we should definitely keep pushing this kind of message.
Yep. Just from me, I guess in terms of the foreskin positive method or approach. A lot of the stuff that we do is tailored to our demographic or our location. Not to say that a lot of what we do is not more universal to a very broad audience in different countries, but Australia and New Zealand are former cutting countries. So historically, Australia, 85% of all boys, and in New Zealand, 95% of all boys were circumcised routinely historically, and now we're sitting at more around the 10% for Australia and more around the 5% for New Zealand. So it's been a dramatic change. And what I would say to the international community is to look at us as an example that change is possible as former cutting culture. Society can change. And this was achieved without laws changing. And we were able to perpetuate a very profound decline. And that is absolutely worth celebrating. So now we're in a position where all of our emerging generations are intact. So by taking this type of approach, our intention is to awaken them to the issue, because for most of them, this is not a problem that they have to deal with, fortunately. However, that does not mean that they don't bear responsibility to ensure the protection of others, especially children. So yeah, love this one.
That's right, Kevin. The revolution is already well underway in Australia and New Zealand, and what we're trying to do is get that to spread to other countries around the world.
Absolutely.
Bravo. I thought that was so well stated, Kevin. And it's such a profound statement. I think Australia and New Zealand are such a great roadmap for countries like the US that, like Australia, are former, had huge circumcision rates, but could look for a path to decline. So yeah, really well.
I am a second generation intactivist. Okay, I would say that here. I'm a second generation intactivist, and as further generations emerge, my children are third generation intactivists. So we grow.
So Damien, I take it you must be very, very satisfied in conclusion now, looking at just six highlight videos plus a whole body of about 60 videos in total on TikTok, and another 10 or 15 on YouTube, and then Giphy, dozens of Giphies. You must be very satisfied with the outcome so far.
Yeah, well, look, as you can see here, we've got, getting up to 4,000 followers now, which, in terms of the, TikTok celebrities, that's not much, compared to accounts that have, millions and millions of followers. But for our little intactivist movement, that's fantastic. It's just amazing to get this message out to so many people, and it's fun as well. You can see we've got Star Wars references. Any mention, Cameron Diaz was talking about circumcision, any celebrity that talks about it that we can, take snippets of the video, put a positive spin on and push it out there. As you're saying earlier, Michael, they're the videos that seem to do the best. People love to see the celebrities and their opinions on things. But yeah, it's been a lot of fun. So,
so your message to other intactivists or humanitarian organizations would be to get onto TikTok and just start creating all different media from all different sources, and then also to mine your own material. Like, you've taken a video of ours and just cut a little bit off the end and turned it into something funny.
That's right. Yeah. Look, I'd just say don't be scared of TikTok. A lot of people who haven't really looked at it sort of know about it and just sort of think of it as, fun little dancing videos. But there's a broad range of content on there, and social movements, human rights movements, are getting on there as well. And you're right, you can just mine your existing content and sort of repackage it in a format for TikTok. It's not difficult to do if you've got some basic video editing software. And yeah, just give it a start.
Fantastic.
How are we going for time? Are we
We're
almost ready
right
to
on.
bring on? Yeah.
So we're good. Kevin, any final comments from you?
Not really, other than just want to thank Victor and Mogus and everyone involved in making this celebration possible. You know, and just a big thank you to all of those who invest in trying to resolve this global problem. Each and every one of you makes me feel less alone and sort of in this fight. So just a big thank you to everyone.
Yeah, so from all of us here at Foreskin Revolution, a big Foreskin fist bump to all of WW Doga. Go the Doga.
Go the Doga.
Go the Doga. And have a fantastic worldwide day of genital autonomy, everyone. From us at Foreskin Revolution.